This is Karita Parks with Bowie TV at M&T Bank Stadium, where the Baltimore Ravens just wrapped up their first preseason action of the year against the Philadelphia Eagles. They came into this game riding a 23-game win streak. They increased that to 24 with a 20-19 victory over the Eagles. So let's get into it. First and foremost, Coach Harbaugh made it very clear earlier in the week that he wasn't playing his starters, so it gave him and his staff the opportunity to evaluate some of their other guys. One of the questions coming into this game, who will be Lamar Jackson's backup? Tonight, we saw some action from Josh Johnson, who threw for 45 yards and 1 touchdown. Also, Tyler Huntley, who threw for over 80 yards and also had a touchdown. And then Anthony Brown, he struggled a little bit more. He threw for 7 yards and also had a turnover, the only turnover out of the 3 quarterbacks. So we have to keep an eye on him because it's possible that he could be on the chopping block, but we'll see how the rest of the preseason goes. Also, the running backs, they were about that action tonight. Justice Hill, he broke out for a 37-yard gain, followed up by another 5-yard gain, which really set up the Devin Duvernay touchdown that occurred in the first half. So, he was looking good tonight. But also someone who stood out, Keaton Mitchell, undrafted rookie. He was on special teams tonight. He was also participated in running back snaps, and he was just all over the field. He, on special teams, had 20-plus yard returns. Also, as the running back, he had a touchdown that was actually called back because of a holding call, but all in all, he was able to show how much of a special player that he is. We talked a lot coming into this week about Zay Flowers. He's been having an amazing training camp. Tonight, I wouldn't say he struggled, but he had to get used to the pace of the NFL, and he admitted that the game was moving a little fast for him. He had a false start. Also a 1-yard gain. However, what stood out is that he caused 2 penalties tonight on Eagles defenders. So that just goes to show that he's going to be hard to cover when it comes to the regular season, and he will still be a weapon for the Ravens, even if he doesn't light up the stat sheet. Overall, Coach Harbaugh liked what he saw tonight. He said it's a learning experience for the guys. The question is, what will they do with it going forward? This is Karita Parks with Bowie TV. Be sure to follow us for all your Ravens content. In the meantime, check out some sights and sounds from tonight's preseason action.
These are opportunities to learn, you have an opportunity, every single person, we learn a lot as a team, we will when we watch the tape, and every single person can learn something, whether they played or not, about themselves in the course of this game. So now what do we do with it? That's what determines where we go from here. So hopefully we'll make the most of it. I believe in our guys, and I believe that they will make the most of it. So, but it's a great game, fun game. I thought our defense really stepped up in the second half big time. 2 sudden change stops, 2 turnovers. See those guys make the plays, stiffened up against the run quite a bit, which was great. So, and that's ended up being the difference in the game. Then the offense closing it out at the end in the 2-minute, 4-minute drill, that was really good to see. So, great. What questions do you have?
John, closing out that first half, Justin Tucker with the 60-yarder. I mean, couldn't have hit that ball. It seemed like he was just straight down the middle when he hit it.
He hit it perfect. He hit it right on the screws, and it carried him. As soon as it came off his foot, I just thought, man, that's going through. You could tell he hit it straight. But also, credit to the offense. Credit to everybody from the quarterback, receivers. I mean, Tread made a couple great plays in there. Josh made some nice throws. Offensive line protected, pretty much penalty free, which is big in that situation. So they got tucked the field goal range at 60, I guess.
John, part of that field goal range and having Tucker kick, was that because you wanted to see Tyler Ott snapping and working with that unit, or was there any purpose behind having Tucker kick tonight?
You mean kicking that field goal?
Having Tucker for kicking all of this preseason game instead of maybe grabbing a different kicker for something like
No,
this?
we just haven't been able to with the roster. We wouldn't be opposed to having another kicker in here. We may still do that. We look at some guys. We got a good list of guys. We might want to take some workload off them. That's something we definitely talked about. We just didn't feel like we had the roster freedom to do it right now.
John, we saw Kyle Huntley go into the locker room and update on him.
No, there's no major injuries. I mean, there's little things here and there. I'm not really going to comment on too much, but you can know there's nothing major with anybody.
John, you had talked about how excited you were to see Ajabo out there in this kind of situation. How did you feel like he did with the time that he had tonight?
I thought he looked good. He was physical as could be. You know, he had one he wants back, you know, on a quarterback scramble. But other than that, I thought he was physical and tough and had good power rushes going. And he looked good. I know he was excited to play. That was a good thing. These two guys sitting here, I mean, these two guys taking the lead. You know, Darryl going to safety. He told me toward the end, he goes, "I'm going to close this thing out for you." And he did. You know, he made that play. And then Malik was just all over the field throughout the course of the game, playing great football. But not just those two guys. They'll talk about it. And then they're the kind of the guys that you saw. But there were a lot of good guys out there playing well.
John, we've seen a lot of Zay Flowers. There's been a lot of talk about Zay Flowers all summer. Not so much talk about how you could create by drawing penalties. What do you see? What is it about him that generates that kind of that forces defenders to commit penalties?
Well, I mean, I think if you're hard to cover, you know, guys will tend to grab sometimes, you know, so that can be part of it. That's probably the basic premise of the whole thing. I mean, you know, he's got great feet and great acceleration, change of direction, and the defensive back, you know, if he's in coverage, has to match that. It's the same in tackling, you've got to match that as well. So that's what good players do, and I'm excited to see him continue to grow.
John, what did you make of Keaton Mitchell? Looked explosive offensively and had a couple of good returns as well.
He did. He looked good. I good to see the return game. I thought where he carried the ball was good. He got the ball north and south most of the time. Did a great job with that. That was good to see. I thought all the backs did a really good job. I mean, Melvin, he was making people miss, and even when he didn't have blocking, did well. And Gus, he had a couple good, strong runs. That third down run, we almost got the first down. That was a physical run. So Justice had some good runs. And at the end, our guy, you know, he did a nice job of closing that thing out, you know, and he was physical and downhill. And I told him, I said, it's a first down, get down, you know. So he almost got the first down, you know, and it was a great run. So happy with those guys.
John, Tyler Wallace had a nice touchdown catch. He just talked about, I guess he's kind of building on, you know, practices and training camp as well.
Tyler's had a really good camp. I mean, you could see it in the camp, the way he was moving, plays he was making. And you know, I was just hoping, we talked about it before the game, I was just hopeful he'd get some opportunities because you know he's going to do well. Same thing with Devin, you know, on that fade versus, you know, off man, half the distance in the red zone, that man coverage technique that they use. And couldn't have been a better throw and a better route in that play, the first touchdown.
Coach, you've talked about guys like Tyler and guys like Malik, and you've been talking about how good a camp they've been having, and now we see it translate to actual games. How does it feel to see those practice plays and those reps translate to an actual game against an actual opponent? I
mean, that's what you wait for. You're excited. That's why you're excited for the game, because you want to see it in a game. You know, when guys are tackling people and playing the game. Just so, you know, it's not like we doubted that they were going to play that way. You know, but if you see it in real life, it kind of, you know, that's why we do what we do.
We can do one more for Coach. John, how did you think? I know it was only 2 drives, but how did you think Tyler came in and played?
I thought he played well. Yeah, I thought he played well. You know, he came in there, was a spark, and you know, the timing passing game was good. He was accurate, got the ball out, moved around and made some plays with his legs when he had to. Yeah, I thought he played very well.
It was a long day. I was prepared for it though mentally. I knew that with the guys that we have down, I know that our depth wasn't as long as it was going to be. And you know, in these type of football games, anything could happen. Unfortunately, we had a guy go down who wasn't able to take snaps, so I ended up being in there the whole time. So it didn't matter to me, you know, as long as we got the win.
So can you talk through the sack that you notched?
Man, it was a good play, but it should have been a great play. You know, I should have made it the first time. Maybe I'd have been less tired after the play. No, it was a great call by Coach, knowing that we needed to put pressure on them and really just start to take the fight to them. In the first half, we started a little slow, so we wanted to get back to playing the Raven way.
Do you look at yourself more corner safety now? I know you're doing both.
Actually, I'm looking at myself as a full-time safety. I haven't taken any snaps this camp at corner at all, but they know, and we know as a team, if it comes down to it and they need me to move back outside, it can be done. But I'm happy where I'm at right now, and I'm loving the safety position.
Was that something that you decided you want to pursue, or when you discussed being back, was that the agreement that you were going to be safe?
Yeah, it was a mutual decision. You know, just conversations I had with from the top to the bottom. Just a conversation, just letting those guys know that I was willing to make the move if we needed it. Body-wise, just know that the depth wasn't there, and knowing that intellectually I was able to you know, make the switch and be able to make those calls and get the defense all on the same page.
You were seen multiple times celebrating after big plays, both by yourself and by your teammates. Just, can you talk about how much this meant to you?
I mean, every time you get a chance to go out there, it means the world to me. I mean, I'm going into year 8. Honestly, I feel like Baltimore is kind of my second win in the NFL. I feel like this is a home for me, and we have a standard on our defense, and I want to be able to set that standard whenever I'm out there and play to that level.
And Daryl, I know it's a preseason game, and you talk about how much it means to you. Does it mean more to do it against, your hometown team? Did you grow up a fan of them, and what was that like?
Nah, this isn't about Philly. This isn't about anything. I'm from there, but at the end of the day, I'm Baltimore Raven. We're built to win, and that's what we want to do.
Can you describe the feeling of finally be under the lights of the M&T Bank?
I was excited. I was super excited to the point where I didn't really know what to do. So it was fun. It was a fun experience for the first time.
So what's your thoughts on playing your first NFL game?
This is a little bit faster, a little bit, not too much faster though. Like, I can handle it. I'll be able to handle it. It was a good experience for the first time though.
Yeah, you drew the 2 penalties and you had a nice block on the first touchdown drive. I mean, do you sort of take pride in being able to make things happen even when maybe you're not catching the ball?
I take pride in everything. It's football, so I love playing football. So I want to try to be as complete as in every aspect of the game that I can.
You chalk up that false start to the excitement and not knowing what to do?
No. He snapped the ball fast. He called the play. He snapped the ball like 2 seconds later. So I was kind of surprised. And it was on me. Me and Dude was moving at the same time, but he called it on me.
So what did you do pregame when you had all those nervousness? You said you didn't know what to do. What did you do?
I kept running around catching the ball. So because in college, just like you warm up with the team, you don't warm up by yourself. So that was my first time trying to warm myself up and try to get the timing right. The coach was just telling me what we gonna do and when we gonna do it. So I have a better routine next time. It was amazing, I ain't had a sack since college, so it felt great. Called the right play and I just made it.
What's it mean to you guys to keep the streak alive?
It means a lot, we take pride in really this preseason game, we just want to keep it going, be the longest win in the preseason.
Malik, you mentioned getting a sack first time in a long time. What is the importance of these preseason games for a guy like you who's played already?
I mean, it's very important, just for my teammates and just being out there and just having fun for us. It feel like a real game to me.
Malik, you've been around for a while. How much do you talk to rookies or younger players that may not have experienced this about the importance of these games? And you mentioned how much the streak means about that in terms.
I talk to them every day, especially on special teams. The guys behind me, when I see something that it's not really up to our standard, or just giving them little tips of what to do and what not to do, and what to look for when they're out there.
The long run you had really set up that first touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I should have hit the hole. It was a wide open hole right there, but I got kind of blocked. And so I just reversed field and made something happen. But it was fun to just get back out there and run around and have some fun with the guys.
What'd you think of Josh Johnson as your lead blocker?
Yeah, I gotta check the clip, see what he was doing out there. But hey, I think that guy still got me. But that's on me though. I think I opened up a little bit more. But man, it's fun being out there with all these guys, man. With Josh, old head, man, it's fun, man. So
just a lot more 11 personnel tonight, a lot of spread looks. Do you feel like you will kind of get some of the preferable box counts that you guys like as running backs to make those head plays?
I mean, the least amount of guys in there is better for running backs. I mean, less guys gotta make miss or all that. But whatever amount of dollars up there, we're gonna execute. And that's all we practice and all we teach is execution. And so if we continue to do that, we'll be fine.
What do you think this game says about the depth of running back room? It seemed like all 4 quarters, different guys were.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have the best running back room in the league, and we all bring a different skill set. And whenever we out there, we can all show that. And so, whatever number is called, whoever number is called, I mean, we all just go out there and execute and make plays.
Munkin has said the offense has a long way to go. He's been very upfront about that. I mean, at this stage, where would you say you guys are in the kind of the progress?
I mean, we're always working. I mean, if we were there right now, I mean, I always know what we're working for. And so we just continue to get better every single day, every single practice, and every single game that we have, we just continue to stack and stack and stack. And then by the time we get to the season, half, midway through, all the way to the end, we should just really start to click. So, it should be fun.
Josh, can you talk about lead blocking for Justice Hill on that play?
I would say more shielding. Just trying to get in his way. I told Justice I thought he was a little closer to me, so when he went behind me, I was expecting Justice to be ahead. But, it was a hell of a run by him. Really got us going. Was able to set up a touchdown. And the running backs, they had a great game tonight.
Josh, was this the plan all along for you to go for the start and then play a half? Is that what your indication was?
I didn't really have an indication until yesterday. We talked about it, but the mindset for us in our room is just being ready for everything. We all know we are backing up Lamar, so I mean, you don't really try to worry about too much when you going in. It's about really getting yourself ready for any opportunity, because if real situations when they come up, that's what it's going to be like. Unexpected moments.
Josh, I think you were part of the very first win of the Ravens streak back in 2016. What's it mean to be still part of the streak 7 years later?
It's always great to win in this league. I understand how hard it is, to get a victory. And one thing I learned at a young age, you cherish victories. They're hard to come by in this league, and that's a credit to this, Coach Harbaugh and the rest of this organization, that this streak has been able to go on for so long, with so many different guys playing in the preseason. They go over there and, play above the standard as he likes to stay. And, for us as players, we want it all. It's always great when you win. It's better to be on a winning team than a winning team.
Josh, a little different tempo in this offense than previous ones in Baltimore. I guess, what do you like about it, and kind of how does it suit what this offense does best?
We have a lot of explosive guys, I would like to say. And this offense is going to put guys in position to do what they do best. It'll be a different look, than what people have seen in the past around here. But what I'm seeing every day on the practice field, what we're doing out there together, where we're headed, I think it's going to be pretty exciting. It's all put together. It's a process, and we're going through it daily. But I mean, the talent that we got, like guys like him sitting right there, and the other guys in that room, and then the running backs and the tight ends. So it's gonna be a pretty fun year in my eyes.
Josh, we've heard a lot about quarterbacks being able to make more adjustments at the line of scrimmage this year. How did you think you fared with that tonight?
It was a pretty clean night for us. This first preseason game, a lot of basic on defense, not a lot of complicated things going on. For us, it was just getting out of the huddle, playing clean football, making sure we execute as clean as possible. We had a couple mishaps early, but we was able to overcome it and put some points on the board. And then when Snoop came in, we went right down the field, did the same thing, and we was able to close out the game. So it ain't always is good, and always is bad to film and tell you the truth. And but for us, we wanted to just start off on the right foot, and I feel like we did that.
All right. The ball exactly what it's supposed to be. So, shout out to all those guys, man. I couldn't have done without them.
You've had a really strong training camp also. Just what do you attribute it to? What's kind of clicked for you this year, you think?
I mean, just going, obviously this is year 3 for me. So, going into it, you kind of get a feel for how the game is, how it's played and everything. And I feel like it's just, about time for me to, turn it up a little bit, come in and just, shock everybody and kind of do what I know I can do.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of talented wide receivers on this roster. It's a really good competition. Kind of, how do you look at it?
Yeah, definitely, man. Bunch of great guys, bunch of very talented guys in the room. So I look at it as like just coming in every day and just doing your best. Showing everybody what you can do, and wherever it all lies out at the end, where it lies. But I just knowing that I'm going in every day and doing everything that I can.
Having vets like that around and the competence, it raised your game, you think?
Oh, most definitely. Bringing all those guys in and, knowing what they're capable of. A bunch of great athletes, a bunch of great guys, too. I mean, that just obviously anywhere you go, that brings up the competition in the room. So I think that also helps me elevate me, makes me want to play even better, for sure.
What do you think about Tyler Huntley tonight? He came in and those 2 guys, I mean, you made a great catch on the ball, but what did you think of Tyler tonight?
Oh, man, I love Snoop. Always love Snoop, man. He goes in and he attacks when the offense he's in there, man, it's just different when he's in there. So, obviously him going out and executing and everything. So that was great to have him in there for sure.
Tyler, along with playing wide receiver, you've to make this roster, you're going to have to step up at special teams. Just how much have you been relishing that so far?
Definitely, all aspects of the game. I feel like I know, especially my position, I got to be able to, capitalize on offense, special teams, everything I do. So I take every phase of the game that they have me in. I want to take it very seriously and take it a step further in offense and also at special teams as well.
Offense, I think we practice pretty hard. And,
when we come out here, it's just second nature. It's really just about making the best of the opportunity. So we understand what type of room we have, and we got some talented backs. Everyone's talented in their own way. Like I said, when we go out there, we do what we need to do in practice. We just need to, continue to work on playing together when we come out there.
Justice just talked about how he feels like you guys have the best room in the NFL. Is that something that you're all looking to improve?
Yeah, every day. Every day you want to be the best group. Not just just the best back, but all over. Obviously you want to be the best room in the NFL. So, he's not lying when he say that. You have to walk around with that confidence. And then you'll start playing like it. If you don't believe it, no one else will.
What'd you think of Tyler Hunt? I mean, he was only for a couple drives with you guys, but it seemed like he created a little bit of a spark.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he do, man. It's no surprise he's been, creating. I think he's a better thrower than, most people give him credit for. And he's just an athlete that's, that can sit in the pocket, that can use his legs, So, it's good. In the league now, you can't be one-dimensional. You have to be able to do it all. So it helps him in that factor. But, the plays that he showed today, I mean, we've seen it. We've seen it, and I've seen it on different teams. You guys have seen it reporting them. So, it's nothing new to y'all.
JK on the sideline, what's his reaction like when he sees y'all doing well when you come to the sideline?
I really didn't check out his reaction too much after plays and stuff. I was kind of just honed in, but it's all love. It's no hate. I don't think he hates at all. He understands what's going on, and I think he's confident what type of player he is as well. So there's no hate from him, but I'm sure he's happy, to see us making plays.
For you in these preseason games, I mean, what's kind of your mentality? I mean, because you're a veteran. I mean, is it still like trying to fight for the roster spot? What's kind of that mentality?
I just want to become a better version of myself, and just show people that I still got juice. You know what I mean? And I work on some things in practice, and I want to bring it out here and work on my game. That's what the preseason is. To knock the wrinkles off, so when you get to the regular season, you're moving how you need to be moving. So right now it's just about working my eyes. Slowing the game back down. Really haven't got any action since Denver, since I got let go from Denver. So I got to the secondary. That joint got on me. He got up on me quick. I was like, oh shoot. It's been a little while. So it's good to just kind of just visualize that, and now I know kind of what I need to work on in practice, especially for the next game.